Court to dismiss the allegation by the second respondent on oath, which have not been accompanied with sufficient level of evidence to justify proof beyond reasonable doubt as required by the Constitution and as determined by this court in advance. And that evidence is beyond the political statements which have been made by my learned friend, Professor Kindiki, just a few minutes ago, and which have never been put on record. On the issue of Rule 87.3, that's my view and my humble submission, is that rule contrary to the provisions of Section 39 of the Elections Act, and Article 183, 3C is the only regulatory framework which confers those powers which have been reserved for the Commission and grants them to the chairman. It is contrary to the Act, it is unconstitutional, contrary to the Constitution, and that was so observed in the case of Maina. Now, there was a question raised by Justice Dr. Wanjala, and you queried whether NSE would have gone to influence the alterations of results without knowing the results. My learned friend, who has just appeared, exhorts that the results were known because invitations had been sent out and the letter had been sent out. To the contrary, the evidence before you by the chairman was that he had gone to tally, to obtain the final tally only after he had met the commission, and that is found at paragraph 676 of his affidavit, where he says that after the NSAC team had left, the commission secretary, chief executive officer, who was also the alternate team leader of the tallying center, Marjan Hussain, walked into the boardroom. Yeah. The purpose of the meeting was to receive the final tally of the results of the presidential elections before he could proceed to declare. And it is only thereafter that the results were handed to the commissioners and they walked out. So that even by the admission of the chairman, he was not aware of the results until after the NSAC team had left. Now, the Deputy Chief Justice asked about the effect of NSAC on the independence of IEBC. Your Ladyship, NSAC is a body comprised of all the heads of the security organs in this country, the head of civil service, the representative of Attorney General, and other heads in the government. Its purpose is to receive all the information on national security and give advice, not act, but give advice, so that even if they are of the view that it is insecure to be in this court at this time, it is the NSC who will give advice to the judiciary, and that is not an interference with the independence. And we have to take their role in the context that these 4 members of the NSAC were co-opted by the bigger body. They were not there on their own account, which has led to them now being vilified for undertaking an official duty they were requested to undertake. I had shouts from another friend on behalf of His Excellency, the Deputy President, of crucify them. In fact, this has indeed led to tweets today, and there are many, to various members of the NSAC telling them we shall revisit. This is what this type of allegation brings, and that is why I humbly request this court to look at the nature of the allegation, the burden on the people who are making the allegation, and dismiss them if there is no proof, and in my humble submission, there is no proof, so that we discourage this political vilification on officers conducting their official duties. Let's be careful, and I humbly request particularly my learned colleagues on what we wish for this country. Let us not wish mob justice to be the arena of operations whenever various functionaries are discharging their duties. Let politicians do politics, but let them leave professionalism to those who are engaged in various areas. In fact, since this process started, there has been a lot of vilification on the judges, on the parties appearing. In fact, tweeting has been the norm on discussing this issue instead of looking at it soberly. We can't stop tweeting. They are entitled to, but we can't bring it to this court. That's my humble submission. I beg that these allegations be dismissed with the contempt they deserve. My learned friend, Mr. Ngatia, requests for donation of the 2 minutes to him, but I really would wish not to be so gratuitous.
Thank you.